Good evening, dear viewers. It's me, your lovely host Rin, and today with me I have Rainy.
Hey guys.
So, welcome, and we have a few rules that we'd like to get into. Please do not send any hate towards anyone featured or mentioned in this video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And when commenting down below, please be civil. Without further ado, we have Rainy. Actually, on this side because it's mirrored. Yes. So,
Yeah.
Rainy, tell me a bit about yourself. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in. First of all, I was born in Paramaribo, raised and of course grew up in Wanica, and these are districts of Suriname, of course. And there's not really that much to talk about. I didn't grow up rich, didn't grow up poor, kind of middle class, and yeah, I had my normal childhood. A lot of weird stuff, a lot of normal stuff also. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Are there things from your childhood, like TV shows or cartoons or movies that inspire you to this day with your art?
Um, yeah, of course. Um, I I was very inspired by a lot of cartoons, a lot of Marvel and DC cartoons, and even anime. But I didn't even know it was anime back then. I thought it was just regular American cartoons. I know. I remember watching Naruto, Speed Racer, and Dragon Ball Z, and it was all dubbed, so I thought it was just other American cartoons. But those were big inspirations for me. I still to this day enjoy watching anime and cartoons.
Like what I didn't know about what they used to do, like with anime, like when they brought it over from Japan to the US, they
Mhm.
actually sometimes even like changed the names of the characters from Japanese to like a more Western name. So
Yeah.
it was kind of like it also made me think like it was like from the US or something like that. And then later I found out, oh, it's not, but I still like it and I want to know more. Do you have that
Yeah.
same experience?
Kind of, yeah. I'm not really the type to, how do you say that? I just take it for what it is. You know, that's what I got to watch, and that's what I remember. That's what I enjoy. And now, you, as like you said, you're learning more things about it, and you know, I just found it pretty interesting.
Yes. Um, I have seen some similarities with your character and from your story, from your webtoon, and some of like the old Japanese martial arts as well. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Um, I actually forgot everything I researched about martial arts and
Oh
all that stuff.
no.
It was actually the reason why is because I'm not really proud of what I created, of how I did it back then. Because it was kind of rushed. It was for a contest, and so I kind of rushed it, and I was busy with work and other stuff, and I said I just want to get this done. And so I did a little bit of research. I forgot everything I researched. And yeah, I just made something quick. And I am not very proud of it, but I'm glad I did it. It was a good experience, a whole different experience. And yeah, I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did it, but I'm not entirely proud of my work, my webtoon, my webcomic. And I'm
Because
hoping to one day make it a bit better and how I actually wanted to do it.
I did enjoy it, but like, are you talking about you're gonna completely redo it?
Um, yeah, this so that's actually it's not how the story was supposed to go. That was just part of the story. That was actually the thing is the storyline of that webcomic was actually gonna be like in flashback. Because that's not the main storyline. It's just his backstory, but it was gonna be in flashback. And I had to keep in mind that there was a certain theme that I had to work with, and it was kind of what was that theme again? It was supposed to be a heartfelt story. So the main the main idea about the comic wasn't really to touch hearts. You know, of course, it, there's gonna be a few emotional scenes in it and such, but the main idea was just to show the characters' interactions and that to get people's imagination going about how it would be to have like superpowered beings in our country. So that was the main idea.
Because I got like excited and interesting when I like saw time small. They're like these
Yeah,
creatures, and then there's like this vigilante that's like trying to hunt
yeah,
trying to protect the mother and his son, or like
yeah.
are they like just cousins?
Yeah, they were brother and sister.
Oh, brother and
Uh,
sister, yeah. But
spoiler spoiler alert, they're
oops.
actually the kids of the president of Suriname in my story, and the president is a woman in my story.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
I didn't
I'm
even get to
liking
that
this
part.
more.
I didn't even get to that part in the webcomic. That's how rushed it is. There's a lot of sorry, there's a lot of context missing.
Yeah, because I really enjoyed the concept art that I saw on your Instagram, because I actually found you through a friend of mine. I'm not sure if you know her, Metal for Art.
Ah, yes, I've seen her on Instagram. I like her work. I enjoy her work. But I don't personally know her. But yeah, we
Yes.
follow each other and we support each other.
So she posted one of your pictures on her story, and then I was uh like the whole thing was like the art of like the sword and with this character in Suriname that like fights off demons. I was like, I like this and I want to see more. So I just like had to prepare myself as well, and yeah, to also ask you these questions, because I just found it so interesting, because yeah, actually, like this is gonna be like a whole little spoiler thing, but like when I saw your character in the comic and he showed up in 1945 or 44, I believe. That was
Correct.
after the World War. That's after World War II, right? Why did you specifically pick that?
Well, that's that's how do I talk myself out of this one? That was that was actually the first. It had it had to do with the plot. It had something to do with the plot, the main plot back then. Because I wanted to I wanted it to be. I didn't want too much work to create a whole new world. I just wanted to modify or not modify, but I wanted to use the world we know and the history we know and kind of alter it in a way that you're familiar with it, but now I'm adding my own spin to it. So that was the main idea. And spoiler alert, what what I actually wanted to achieve with that whole World War II thing was to have it not be that it was caused by humans, but it was actually caused by extra island aliens. It was caused by aliens, and the story has a lot of different aspects to it. A lot of different beings and creatures, and it was going to be very diverse. But as as a whole year passed by, I thought I don't know if that's going to work. You know, and I've always also been influenced by a lot of different comics and mangas, and it kind of makes me rethink what how I'm gonna handle the plot and the different aspects of it. So
Which which were
yeah, so
comics that inspired you? Which were the mangas?
um, the first thing that really inspired me to create was the Demon Slayer anime, and we have Koyaharu Gotage to thank for that, because she's the creator of the manga. And I just remember seeing the anime and how beautiful it was and how full of emotion it was, and it really made me wish that I was at the other side of that experience, at the other end, at the creator's end, just to see your work come to life. That was really what inspired me, and along the way, a lot of different animes and mangas.
Because I do enjoy your art style. When did you start drawing or see that, hey, this is like a thing that I want to do or continue with?
Um, well, I've been drawing for as long as I can remember, but I did stop drawing consistently at the age of 15, and I don't really know why, but I just stopped. And the only times I would draw would be for assignments at school. But at 19, I started to get back into it, and I started doing the Inktober challenge because I really felt like I need to give this hobby a bit more time and spend more time doing something I like and I love. So that's how I started to get back into drawing and started to get influenced by a lot of different stuff.
Do you enjoy traditional art with more pencil and paper, or do you prefer the digital art more?
Um, if we're talking about the process, I like the traditional process better because it's just easier and I can be a bit more looser. The digital process is a pain in the butt because I work on my phone and I don't have that big of a screen. So, but I do love the final product of a digital artwork better than my traditional art.
Yeah, because I also yeah, started working more on my phone. I use the app Sketchbook Express. It's a shameless plug in. I don't know, like promotion for the app, but
This video is sponsored by Sketchbook.
yeah, because I used to use it on my iPad, but my iPad is not supported by Apple anymore because it's an older
Yeah,
model. I really enjoyed the larger screen, but uh, now I'm back to drawing on my phone. But what I do like about that is if I'm working on something and I'm going from place to place, for instance, with the train or with the metro, I can just like sit there and draw as well. Or if I'm waiting on something in the waiting room, for instance, then that's what I like about being able to draw on my phone. But I believe like if you have like a laptop and a drawing pad, that's also, or like a computer and a drawing pad, that might also help. And I think you
yeah,
can
with
just like
these
transfer the
that'd be
files.
easier. Yeah,
but yeah, I don't think like they have that readily available in Suriname. You have to get it like uh through different places as well,
there's, I
and for
think
it to
there
come
is.
over takes a while as well.
Mhm. And the biggest issue for me was uh, my financial status. I thought I can't afford this. I'm gonna just see what I can do with my phone until I have a bit more money for that. So I'm not
Mm.
I'm not really saving up for better equipment because I can't really afford that to save up for that. I've got a lot of other stuff to save up for. Sorry for that. So yeah, in the future I very well might.
Yeah, because this is a big investment, especially if you want to go further with the art stuff, and you might have to also work with other programs or learn to work with more along the way if you want to see your vision come true.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's also gonna be a huge investment, of course. But what are like the programs that you would like to work with in the future? Like, what do you work with now? Let me ask that question. What do you work with now?
As of now, I'm working with Ibis Paint X, and I recently switched from Metabang to Ibis Paint. For me, Ibis Paint has a bit more. Okay, let's not get into that. We're not sponsored. I use Ibis Paint X. That's it.
Yeah. What are like the features that you like on the drawing app? Because um, like some of the older ones that I used to use, they didn't really, or like yeah, MS Paint just like on my laptop, uh, didn't really have the whole layering thing in the beginning, and you couldn't really like edit the opacity, I think, of the brushes. So you had to like use different methods to draw.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. The more you get into it, the more you learn about all these different features you could use to make your, your work progress or process a lot easier. So yeah, that's definitely one of the reasons why I switched from Metabang to Ibispaint. And not necessarily because there are better features, but it was a bit easier for me to get used to.
Are there other programs that you would like to work with in the future for art?
I've heard that what's it called? A lot of artists use that one. Um, I forgot the name.
Is it Psy Paint, I think?
I
Or
think no,
no, it's a
a lot of
Procreate?
comic use that. Yes. No, not Procreate. Yeah. The name I kind of I forgot.
Oh, that's no worries. But what were some of the features that you saw that you would like to work with in the program?
Um, it was really those tools that can help you create backgrounds. Sorry. Um, tools that help you with perspective. 'Cause that's really challenging. Tools that can help you with character poses, and I think that's pretty much it. There's a lot of different brushes too and patterns that you can add, and it's pretty helpful for creating comics. It's like the app was specifically designed for creating comics, so
Mm.
that was pretty interesting. And it kind of sucks that I forgot the name.
No, but I actually do think
Flip
that's
Studio
nice.
Paint.
Oh, Studio Paint.
Yeah, Flip Studio Paint.
I need to check that one out because I have trouble with the my character poses, so I like use a real life reference, and then I like draw on paper, and then I take a picture,
Yeah.
and then of the my drawing I put on paper, and then I like
Oops.
characterize it, and then I take a picture and put it like in the digital studio because I cannot draw a literal, like, I cannot like draw my character in a
Yeah.
digital uh in the digital
That's
program. I have to
that's
like draw it on paper
usually,
and take a picture.
yeah. That's a lot easier for me because the phone being small and all.
Yeah, but there are like also a few apps I've seen that help along with like
Uh, Hey, guys, Lisa. Yeah. Yeah.
is a few
Yeah.
other apps I saw that help with animation and comics as well because they use standard 3D models that you can put in different poses actually,
Yeah. That's a lot of
and then
apps
you
for
can
that.
like use that as a reference. But some people say like, oh, it's cheating, but like it's a lot more easier if you're, for instance, creating a comic and you want to focus more on the storytelling instead of just having
Yeah.
to create
Instead
a
of
new thing every
struggling with
time.
the art.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
the story and the characters will still be original to you. You're just using a bit of extra help just to speed along the process.
Because it is very exhausting and it's not easy to. A lot of people think that being a comic artist is just sitting around and drawing all day, but boy, oh boy, it's not that easy. It's not that easy.
And like I'm like thinking about it, like I'm thinking about like the manga artists, the people at Marvel Comics. uh you're drawing the same character over and over again. You have to like know which pose, and like I'm like I can't always draw like one
Yeah.
person correctly. Like I have,
And they keep it. They, they have to keep it interesting.
and it just
Always
like,
another pose.
and it's done so well. Like I really like admire that, and I would like to learn that someday because like you still have to like add all the details for each panel. I have to keep it consistent because the story, yeah, uh like you can like make slight variations like in the background, but like if it looks too different like from the original place they're at, and it's not mentioned like in the story that it changed, then it might be a bit
Yeah.
uh distracting. But like that you have to like be able to check that.
Yeah. Even paneling is an art on
Oops.
its own.
Yes, I'm sorry, I almost like knocked my phone over. But yeah, we going back to your character, and you said you wanted to make it like with like the original story was with the extraterrestrials. When you said that, it kind of got me thinking because there are, yeah, a lot of people that also like have dealt with that concept, but there are also people that actually do think like to get a little bit conspiratorial that some things are actually being run by aliens, or that aliens uh had something to do with certain things as well. So that would have been like interesting to see, but you feel that you actually want to go in a different direction. Is that correct?
um. Yeah. I was at first. I thought I wanted to add everything. Like I said, I wanted it to be diverse, and I wanted to add a bit of everything: spirits, ghosts, monsters, demons, angels, gods, and even aliens. So it was gonna be a bit of everything. But now I'm thinking maybe dumb it down a bit.
Mm.
So I'm still thinking about it.
Because like I would actually be sad if it were like dumbed down a bit because like you have like the opportunity right there like because you have like Japanese culture as well with like the
Yeah,
kamis, the spirits, and the Buddhism and the Shinto religion, and then you also have that of Suriname with the creatures and the spirits that they also have, and uh, I actually like wanted to see it uh, come together.
yeah, that was definitely the main idea, and or that definitely became the main idea after I decided to start the comic. Because the only reason I started it, I wanted to create characters is just because they look cool, and to have I wanted to I wanted to be a creator, just a creator. I wanted people to see characters and think, hey, that those characters are his characters. So I wasn't really thinking that much about how they would function in a story or in a certain world. So that came afterwards. And when I did think about that, I thought, why not just throw everything in in it, everything.
It wouldn't, yeah, it wouldn't
Yeah,
necessarily be bad, but it would definitely like be a lot more planning for you, and especially working with certain traditions and certain rituals as well. Because like I still like remember like there was like this story from Japan with like this lady that's like half human, half spider, uh yokai creature.
mhm.
And then I got to thinking about like Anansi, how it like relates to yeah,
Yeah,
Surinamese culture as well.
yeah. I actually I created an original character based on Anansi. I You can see
Oh,
it on my Instagram, one of the drawings. I drew him, but he looks very monstrous.
oh,
And
was it meant
yeah,
uh for the for the webtoon or separate
for,
from it?
for the webtoon,
Oh, that would have that would be
yeah.
awesome. Like if you're still gonna put him in
And
there.
there's also Bambusima, who's just as the Surinamese people know her, Busima, like Mother of Nature. And I was kind of put kind of I was trying to put my own spin on it.
Tell me a bit about her, uh, and how she relates to Surinamese culture because like some of the viewers are international, of course, so they want
Yeah.
perhaps want to know a bit more about her.
Well, I'll try because I remember talking to you once, and I also stated that I'm kind of stupid. I'm kind of dumb. I don't have that much knowledge about stuff, but I want to draw about it, but don't really know a lot about it, and so I need to do a lot of research, and which is something I haven't really done yet. But Bambusima, what I the main idea is that Bambusima is the original. I changed it to Bambusima because bamboo is kind of, everyone knows what bamboo is. But Busima means, literally means bush mother, but it's mother of nature. And well, she's the protector of nature, the goddess of nature, and there's certain things you don't do when you're out in the wild, out in the forest, which you gotta keep in mind. Bushima's watching you. That's it.
And I actually like that because yeah, there are a lot more superstitions and stories, especially related to the Surinamese jungle and how people should respect that, and certain things that you're not allowed to do when living in the jungle or going to visit. and having like supernatural characters meet up is and have like perhaps maybe have a battle or something. Like it's just
Yeah.
interesting. And for instance, you can have like the characters, like the spiritual characters from Suriname, tell like their story, like these people disrespected me, that's why I'm doing this, because I want to teach them a lesson, for instance.
Yeah. It's now that I'm thinking about it, it's pretty hard not to spoil
Like, you don't have
some
to spoil, you can just like
the story
you can
because
just
a
like
lot of these,
theorize with me about the characters, but you don't
yeah,
have to like give away any juicy details from the story yet.
all I can say is that a lot of actually, let me just say, a lot of these characters are connected to one another, and especially to the main character. So that was kind of the what I wanted to add to it to make it interesting. Because in the webcomic, you see this guy, and he doesn't know who he is, where he's from, and later in the story, you get to learn that a lot of people and a lot of characters are a lot of events are connected to him, and he doesn't even know it.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if you heard about this, but there was also like a show on Netflix out about it, but it's about a black samurai, like the first black samurai. Have you heard about that story?
I haven't watched it yet. Yeah.
But
Is it
you
what's
know,
his name? Yasuke? Yasuke or
Yasuke,
something?
Yosuke,
Yasuke.
or
Yasuke.
Yasuke. But have you heard of his story?
Yeah, I've kind of heard about it, and I heard that it was based on a real life event.
Yes, because when I like saw your character and that he was like there
Mm,
like a long time ago during the war, I thought a bit about that as well, and how yeah, uh especially with the events that happen and certain cultural things as well, because yeah, a lot has changed since then as well. But
yes,
like the
a lot
thing
of
that I found interesting, like he wakes up and he has no memory of what happened, and then he is taken in. I'll
yeah,
leave I'll leave I won't talk about the rest because like I feel like it's gonna be too much of a spoiler. But yeah, uh, I'll actually be awaiting more of like what more of the story, because I actually do like it, and I didn't really know that there were like more artists in Suriname that wanted to go in this direction. When I saw, a, yeah, my friends trying to lean more in that way, I got like excited, and now I see like more people, and I really appreciate it.
yeah, definitely. It's,
But I saw that your character had a bit of a name change as well. That's what I do want to talk about. Why did you choose the name? Why did you choose his name?
um, his name, Rinan Toruko, is actually very random, and I just felt like it sounded Japanese, and it's slightly similar to my own name. And the thing about these characters is that they're based on me and my friends wanting to have wanting to be superheroes, and so I drew us as superheroes. So that was that's actually where he comes from.
Oh, that's actually really sweet. It's
Yeah,
heartwarming. But yeah, I do believe that Suriname does need superheroes and uh yeah, people that make them happy, and especially I think reading comics like this will make people feel a lot happier, and get them up to be like a lot more motivated, especially with the things going on, and it's a bit difficult for some people. And I would like to see more artists being inspired, because I see that Suriname has a lot of artists. Like I didn't know, but I really saw like this boom of artists, like more people coming out with their art, and I was like amazed.
So was I didn't even know there was so many artists, so much
Like
talent.
what I also like is that I didn't feel alone anymore as like an artist that's like interested in like this type of stuff. I find out there are like more people, and more people that I can communicate
Yeah,
about this stuff with, because yeah, you might know something that I don't know, or like have a few tips that might help me as well, as growing in like with art.
yeah. I've received a lot of support and a lot of tips from other artists, and support especially. It was, yeah, it really made me feel good about something I created, even though I'm not entirely proud of it, as I already stated. But it still made me feel good about creating something and sharing it with people. So I do really appreciate the support of other artists and even non-artists.
Yeah, because like what I'm just like imagining in my head is like artists like you creating like these comic books, and like web comics as well, and it can be turned into a movie in Suriname as well, because we also have like filmmakers, and I do know that they were teaching animation, but I'm not sure how if they still teach that in Suriname anymore. But I would have liked to seen it like as a show in Suriname, and it would like also be fun educationally, because you would be able to teach another person, let's say for instance about Japanese culture, through the eyes of like somebody like Surinamese, and have some for instance an expert on that as well that you can like consult with, and then perhaps someone for a different culture as well, for a different practice that like aligns with the story. And then you'd have people wanting to learn more about themselves and about another culture, because yeah, Surinamese is yeah, Suriname is like a multicultural place.
A mixture.
And
Yeah,
some people like either for some people forget that, some people don't know that, and but other people just want to learn more about it. And I feel that uh if we're like learning about these things and learning about one another, that we gain more understanding for each other, that we can just knock a few problems down just like that.
definitely.
But like even like with how you started with like you and your friends like coming together and being like superheroes, but like it's not like you're specifically choosing one group of people to protect. You're just like uh, trying to keep everyone safe and come to a better understanding of the situation.
Yeah,
And that's what I really like. Like people sometimes forget. Oh, they just think, oh, it's art, but it's just something to look at. But like what people forget is art and TV shows. They're also being used to teach people, to make them think about certain things. And with somebody else I had on the show, um, we were talking about art as propaganda. For instance, if you want to promote something, you use art. It doesn't have to be specifically a drawing, but like maybe something that's photoshopped as well.
yeah,
So that's because what I usually sometimes hear people say like, hey, don't go too much into art. It's like a just supposed to be like a hobby. Like for some people they're like, oh yes, it's a hobby, but for other people it's their livelihood, it's their work.
yeah,
And it fills in that need of teaching and also being like entertainment for people who just want to relax and uh, be in another world for a second. Like these are important things that we need in our world.
yeah, definitely. Like like you said, for some people, it means a lot more than for others. And in my case, I didn't get that much of a push or support from the people around me. Most of the support I got was online when I started my Instagram, and that's what really motivated me to keep going. 'Cause around here, it's you know you'll you'll realize, and people will also tell you there's not really a future in art. It's not. It's not. It's a very very small chance you'll make it as a professional artist. So you gotta think a bit more realistically. That's that's the type of stuff you gotta deal with. And that's also what I came to accept and told myself that it's it's not the most realistic thing as of now, because the biggest issue is the possibilities and finance. So I think I haven't really given up on that dream, of course not, but I'm I gotta take a different approach, gotta take smaller steps, and I can't really have an art career right now, but I'm working on a different career so that I can be a bit financially so I can be financially stable and work on the art career.
Yeah, because yeah, it's the Surinamese market as well, and a bit of like the yeah the idea like certain ideas behind it, like like they think art is just probably just drawing on a piece of paper, and yeah, for some people they can just like get $20 with that, but
Yeah,
it goes a lot further than that. But our market is not uh yeah, there isn't that much investment for that yet. I
not
do
really
believe
that.
that that will come in the future, but the thing is that uh, even if you have a different career, you should still make a little bit of time to promote that thing on the side, you know? Because if you like let it go and like forget about it, you're you could end up losing it. And I feel that's a bit that's like wasting something that you worked so hard on, and I don't really want to see that happen. But what is the career path you have chosen as like your main thing at the moment?
My main thing. Well, at the moment, I'm in training to join the fire department. I've still got a few months left of training and a lot of theoretical stuff too. And I'm doing my best to finish that and pass and becoming a full-fledged firefighter. And once I'm there where I want to be, and I'll definitely work on this whole comic thing.
Is
Promise God to myself.
is the first time that I had somebody on the podcast that uh is actually like training to become like a firefighter or someone in that sector actually. Why did you choose to become a firefighter? Because like I'm also seeing like a bit of like a connection with like the wanting to help people. Like I can see like what you
Yeah.
told from your story and what you're doing now. So tell me a bit about that.
Um. Well, honestly, it wasn't my first choice. Like I said, when thinking about the career I wanted, it dawned upon me that it's not the most realistic thing. And I thought I was in my last year of high school. And I was closer to graduating, and I was thinking, what am I gonna do in my life after this? And what am I gonna study? What career path am I gonna take? What realistic career path am I gonna take? And high school was actually the best years of my life, to be honest. It was really fun. So I thought maybe I should become a teacher and stay in this whole school and educational system. And I thought the easiest thing, the easiest subject for me to teach would be art and maybe PE too, because I also like being physical and being busy. I'm doing sports, so I thought I'll do that. So after graduation, there sadly were no the how do you say that? It's not exactly a college. Is it a college? Um,
Uh, After graduation, the art school, you mean?
no,
Or
it
the
wasn't really an art school. It was yeah, I'm having trouble with my English.
Oh wait,
Uh,
what is the name of the place?
um,
Uh,
my brain is going blank. What's it called again? Uh,
is it the one near Fort
uh,
Zeelandia
lit,
or
um, it's on the same complex as the university.
oh,
Yeah, uh, where they teach teachers to become teachers. So I don't the name of
why was I thinking of Fort Zeelandia? I was thinking about the art stuff.
yeah.
I forgot what it's called, but I do know what you mean. Like
Hmm.
where they
Yeah,
teach
so
teachers to become teachers.
yeah, so they
Because
didn't
yeah.
accept any. They didn't accept anyone into the school that year because they were going through a whole thing of organization. So that was actually gonna be a lost year for me because I didn't really have any other options. I didn't really know what I was gonna do after that. So I went in to do a few jobs here and there, worked in construction and stuff, and it was just things that I would have, things I could do, but still have a lot of free time to work on my hobby. So I kept that in mind. And one day I was working with my brother, also of his.
Rainy, are you still there? I think uh
And
yeah.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yes, I'm sorry. Someone called me. Where was I? Yes, I was working with my brother. It was a side job of his, and one of his colleagues was there too. And my brother is actually a firefighter. And I was looking at him as they were conversing, talking about this and that, and talking about their job. And I thought, wait a minute, I could do that too. I could be a firefighter too. It seems pretty interesting, and it's it's very much, the thing about firefighters is that, or the fire department, is that a lot of people, there's a lot of misconceptions, and that's what was really interesting to me, because it's not what people think. And it's same with art, and same with artists. A lot of people think, oh, all you do is sit around with your little paper and your pen and draw all day. And the same with firefighters. People think they just lay around and wait someone to call, my house is on fire, and arrive late. That's what they say. The fire department is always late, but that's very much not true, because your house has to be, or there has to be something wrong, and in this case, a fire, and there has to be something wrong before you call them, and by the time you call them and to tell them, blah blah blah, my house, please, it takes a lot of time, and
Yeah.
all they need is 1 minute to get ready and be on their way, and it also depends on the distance. So a lot of people just say, yeah, they're just lazy people waiting around to be late, to arrive late at their job, of at where they're gonna work.
Yeah, but from what I know, firefighters don't just like uh put out fires, but they help in other ways as well. For
Yes, that's also part of the misconception, because a lot of people only think in that direction, that it's all fires, and it's all, um how do you say that, fighting fires. And that's just not just what they do.
is you're trained for that as well, but like if there's like a collision with cars, you
Yeah.
you might have to go there as well to help the people because you have the equipment and the training.
And it's what they like to tell us at the academy is that you you don't go to work every day in the most important sector of the organization, the actual heroes. They don't work every day. We work 24 hours and are free 48 hours. But on those days that you do go to work, you're not you're not you're not guaranteed to come back home, because once, anything could happen. It's you
Yeah,
can you get to deal with threatening situations. So it's
and
really not that. Yeah, this that's what I mean when I say that there's a lot of misconceptions, and a lot of people will kind of troll the fire department.
yeah, because people learn more about this through Western shows, but I didn't see them have like programs for, especially for Suriname. There like maybe been like a few, but I think this is also why people get like the misconception because they think, oh, people outside the country they're doing this much and stuff. What do the ones from Suriname do? But because they don't see it, they think it's not there,
Mm.
which can kind of be a dangerous misconception as well, especially when dealing with emergency situations like this. Because some people might not know who to call or first or where they need to be or who will help
Yeah.
them. So, uh,
Yeah, and honestly, it's also the responsibility of the fire department itself to give out more information about stuff like this.
yes, that's true. But yeah, this is like, uh, I like this. I don't know how to put it in words per se, but I like seeing people, especially like on the show, off the show, talk about stuff like this so more people are aware
Yes.
because like it's like a good way to share this information and this information could help save someone's life one day or help other people as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But so you said you still have 2 months or 2 years left?
A few months.
A few months left.
I think one, two, three, four or five. depending on the whole COVID situation, because that's what really slowed us down. We were supposed to be done by October, but there's a lot of we had to stop a few times and put the training on hold for a few months, and so we'll see.
Oh,
Hopefully, it could be done as soon as possible.
because this is what I do not like about like how the COVID situation was handled, especially with students and people who want to uh, some who want to become
Cheat and
doctors,
code.
some who want to become police officers, or like you, a firefighter. These are the things that we need as people, like the resources we need as people, the people we need in case something might happen. And especially like this, like the COVID situation, and some things might get worse. Some, yeah, some things might still happen, even if we might be inside all the time. It's not guaranteed that we're always going to be safe from everything. And this is why I'm kind of like concerned about things, the way things were handled.
Yeah,
Because for
definitely.
uh, because your first responders, if something happens to your colleagues, then you will be the ones that actually go out there. But if you're not there, then who will? So you get like this, in my opinion, this weird loop that kind of like still creates this block to continue forward.
Yeah, it's definitely not not, no easy times to be in.
Yeah. But thank you for being on the show. Uh, if there's like anything else. Oh wait, I forgot about this. It's like this thing that I wanted to talk about. I'm so sorry. Um, it was this idea that I had about like a convention in Suriname for artists, because I do see like stuff with like art galleries and museums,
Yeah.
and but there you have more like the artists that are like a bit more certified already. They went to join like the other art organizations and also followed like some uh, classes, other courses already for their art. But like I want to see something for not per se amateurs, like for just people who do art in general from
Yeah.
Suriname, with like because like I just see you guys on Instagram, but I want to like see you guys in real life as well, and having your art with you, and perhaps also being able to sell some of your art to promote you even more, like people who want to support their artists, because like it's hard, it's a bit difficult to set up like stuff like Patreon in Suriname, because you have to like go through a certain uh like through certain steps and stuff
Yeah,
that you have to get, and it's like a bit difficult.
yeah, a lot of that is kind of complicated to us Surinamese people. The whole making money online thing is pretty complicated over here.
Yeah, there are some people where it has worked, but because they have people that help them that
Yeah,
live
definitely.
outside of Suriname, so that's what made it a bit easier. But for the people who live in Suriname themselves, who do not have other people living outside of Suriname to help them, it's a bit difficult. Yes, not just a bit, but very. And when buying, like getting certain art supplies, especially also for digital art, the drawing pads and stuff, if you're going to order it online, you also have to like go through this delivery online ordering service, and even then, like having it shipped over, it might also take a long time.
It's pretty expensive, pretty pricey.
Yes,
It's just we're dealing with tough financial. It's a very tough financial situation.
because we also don't make the stuff in house as well, so that would make some stuff difficult as well, because we import most of our stuff.
So
So
yeah, that would definitely be something something amazing, something awesome to just have a lot of artists like myself in a big convention and just meet up and share our work and have people purchase some of our work. Yeah, that'd be a dream come true. That'd be a big deal.
there technically, like, if Corona uh didn't really like make it difficult, there were actually like places you can uh like rent for like a few days or a day, and have and sell tickets for this place. For instance, if you're like going to organize something like this,
Yeah,
like the possibilities are there. They've just been, like I said, uh, a bit blocked, unfortunately, and that kind of makes me sad to see, because there's so much potential, so many people, and people who want to meet other artists.
yeah, definitely. It'd be a good opportunity to get inspired and inspire others as well.
And I definitely would like to see more from you. Like, I'd like to see where the story goes, because I'm really excited.
Yeah,
And a while ago, you told me about how your character's weapon was created, and I believe that it would also be fun if you had like a bit of like a explanation behind that as well, like a few notes, maybe, for people who want to know about it as well, because I really found it interesting, because people usually don't think like, like a farmer would like create weapons or something like that. You usually like think blacksmith,
yeah,
but like these farming weapons, like they've been used by ninja, maybe like just regular farmers who just like
wanted to
wanted to
defend
defend
themselves.
themselves.
Yeah,
Yes. So keep me posted on, like, actually you don't have to keep me posted. We can just like talk about this also like another time. We don't, it doesn't have to be like in like a podcast or an interview,
yeah,
but like
yeah, sure.
converse about this stuff as well, because like I really enjoy it actually,
I really appreciate that.
especially since I'm also like doing like weapon training with like Japanese weapons,
Yeah,
and I like to like see this thing, because like it's also like a Surinamese person learning about Japanese culture and learning how to use the weapon. So I was like, I found that interesting, so I liked it.
yeah.
So thank you for being here. Is there a
Thanks.
message that you would like to give to our viewers, or anybody who wants to go into art, or help other people out through perhaps going through a career path like yours?
Um, I'm not really the big motivator. I just all I can say is that if you really want to do something and you really want to achieve something, you just gotta you just gotta go for it. You just gotta go for it, and remember that it won't always go as planned, and it there's most likely gonna be a lot of setbacks, a lot of struggle, and it's just if you want it enough, you're gonna keep going, and you have my support. I really want to see more artists, more Surinamese artists especially, just be successful and achieve what they want to achieve with their art.
Me too, because I
Yeah,
feel like there's an untapped potential in
a lot.
Suriname as well, but people are letting their art go because they don't think it will. It's like the main thing, or that they just have to let it go in order to focus on a more stable job. So, like I said, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm still nervous. I was nervous before we started. I was nervous during the interview, and I'll probably be nervous after this interview because this is honestly a big deal for me, considering that I'm not a big deal. So yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Because I've also seen many more people with probably better editing skills looking
Yeah,
for artists as well and trying to hype them up and promote them like this as well. And I really like appreciate that because like people are coming into the foreground now. They're coming out of the background and they're being highlighted, which I love because now there'll be more recognition for our artists and creators out there,
for sure.
and people who just want to help others in general. Doesn't have to be in the way of art, but for instance, yeah, in the government or in with their jobs. So yeah, but perhaps we might have end up having a different discussion another time. But thank you for being here. For the viewers, uh, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
For sure.
We have a few people here who are very excited, and they just love your art. So thank you guys, and we'll perhaps see you another time.
Peace.
Goodbye, guys.